Welcome back. It's now time to talk about the development in Rivers State. And I did tell you that earlier today, the House of Assembly did veto the governor on the local government amendment law, which by effect simply talks about the fact that if the tenure of the local government chairman ends or chairpersons ends, the governor cannot do what is usually done. Set up a caretaker committee. The House of Assembly is now empowered to be able to extend their tenure by 6 months if it chooses not to organize an election. So there's a lot of power play going on and a lot of legislative issues around all of this. So that's a conversation we're about to have in just a few moments. I've been joined in the program by a legal practitioner and public affairs analyst, Mr. Shogbe Eli. Thank you so much for coming on the program, sir.
Thanks for having me.
A natural place for me. Initial reaction to this latest veto, because there's a list. We see Rivers State Local Government Amendment Law, Rivers State Traditional Rulers Amendment Law, the Rivers State Advertisement and Use of State-Owned Property Prohibition Repeal Law, Rivers State Funds Management and Financial Autonomy Law, the Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission Amendment Law number 3 of 2006, and the Rivers State Local Government Law. All of this has been vetoed. Your initial reaction to this latest?
It's unfortunate. The power of Parliament devolves on the people, the electorate of Rivers State, in this case. You may want to ask, may none of this veto exercised by Martin Amewula and his friends, whether or not the people are considered at all. I've not heard about any public hearing by this House of Assembly, so-called, seeking the opinion of Rivers people on these issues. They never do that. So you want to ask, is this for Rivers people? Are they for Rivers people or let's say for a particular interest? I think we shake it up from there first. The House of Assembly on its own derives power from the people. And one would have thought that the first thing they do in any legislative action would be to go back to the people and seek the opinion. Not to legislate for any particular interest. One of the laws you cited, which is the advertisement or whatever, was one of those laws that was passed in the twilight of the Wike administration by, at that time, Masa Amewula was leader of the House. A few months after they're back, and they are nullifying that law. So tells you what is going on is not about Rivers State, it's about the particular interest, and it's all political and it's unacceptable to us.
So ordinarily, shouldn't this be celebrated as independence of the legislature away from the judiciary, as against the suspicion of implicit control?
No, not at all. We can't be blindfolded by what's going on. It's a charade. What's going on is a pure charade. This is not what they call parliamentary independence. It's not. Like I mentioned, so I just give one instance. Parliament has 3 basic functions. Representation is number 1. Lawmaking and oversight, right? So in that order, who are you representing? If you're going to amend the law or you're going to pass a new law, legislation, you must have a public hearing where the people make their input. Where's evidence of one public hearing before this is happening? So it's not about Rivers people, so it's not about any independence per se. They are guided by an interest that is not Rivers. This governor was elected by Rivers people and is defending the interests of Rivers State as against interests that the Assembly is protecting. That's what's going on here. So if you throw dice on the streets and ask Rivers people where they stand, they tell you they're not with the House. And it's for every right reasons, they're not with the House. And that's why they cannot hold a public hearing.
So if the process, as we know, we all know what the process is in terms of public hearing. Now that process has not been followed, according to what you've gathered from your end, what is left to the people? Or what can the law do about it? And we're supposed to implement that to ensure that the process is followed before this happens? Because now they've passed it.
Now, let's look at this scenario here. We're dealing with a constitutional democracy, right? Under this system, under the Constitution, there are 3 arms of government. And the theory of separation of powers applies, which was proponed by French philosopher Montesquieu, right? House of Assembly on its own cannot do what they want to do without the judiciary, which is the third arm of government. Now, As we speak, concerning this latest amendment of Rivers State Local Government Law number 5, year 2018, a judge of the High Court of Rivers State, Justice IPC Igwe, is already seized of jurisdiction in the matter. He had last Monday, 15th of April, granted an injunction restraining the House of Assembly from proceeding and adjourned the matter to today, 22nd of April. Put them on notice. What we expected people who are law-abiding to do was to make legal representation in court today. But what did they do? They went back to wherever they sit, and what we have had in the news today is that they vetoed the governor. Who does that? The judiciary has always been, if you like, the last arm of government always stays. If today the military strikes, God forbid, the executive and legislature are out of power. Judiciary is always there. So why would anybody in the constitutional democracy undermine, even disobey another court? What they did today was an absolute disobedience to the other courts. And it's unacceptable to us. The law they amended, or the law they tried to veto the governor on, is simply clear. That law provides for the governor to appoint a cabinet committee 3 years at the end of the tenure of local government chairman, where the state independent electoral commission is unable to hold a local government election. Now, that's a function of executive, not the function of the legislative arm of government. So they cannot sit down and stop the powers of the governor. They cannot do that.
All right, I don't know. As we wind down, I want to throw in two questions. But first up, I did ask former Commissioner for Information, Mr. Ben Seminitari, this particular question. Do you feel that, let's talk politics now, the governor has been encircled gradually, excuse me, and they may swoop him off his feet?
They will not. And
because the local government structure is where the political power base is actually.
They've cast the pebble in the waters. They should wait for the ripples. They tried it on the 29th of October, the story will rise. You can impeach the governor only when you have a local standing. This House of Assembly per se does not even have a legitimate basis in the first place. Going back to section 109, sub 1 paragraph G, concerning the defection to the APC, they've not settled that issue. That issue will not comment on it because it's sub judice in the courts. So whatever they're doing, pretending that they have powers exercise, it's only a matter of time. But whatever it is, power belongs to the people of Rivers State as far as the House of Assembly created under section 90 of the Constitution is concerned. And what these guys are doing is to create anarchy in this state. I'm not sure Rivers State people will fold their hands and watch them undermine the governor and the person of the governor or the office of the governor can't happen.
So what has been playing out in the last few months, as far as Rivers politics is concerned, I've been following up. How do you think the public is perceiving Governor Siminala Fubara, peace lover or weak?
No, not weak. I do not think he's weak. I speak for the community that I represent. I did support him in my as governor. All right, I do not belong to his political tendency. I did vote for him. But as governor, I moved away from politics. Now he has shown the capacity to do what the Rivers people want. He's pandering to the direction the Rivers people expect the government to deliver on the mandate it's given. Okay, so that assembly, for instance, cannot go and amend the law without reclining back to the people who gave the mandate to local government in the first place. So that's one example. The governor, so far so good in the last 11 months, has shown an inclination to be pro-people and not pro a certain institution, pro a political party or system. So to that extent, across the political divide in Rivers State, Siminala Fubara, His Excellency Governor of Rivers State, is accepted as a popular governor, and there's no weakness in his strategy whatsoever.
Totally out of time. Mr. Ashogbe Eli, legal practitioner and public affairs analyst. So we're totally out of time. I had a few more questions to ask you. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
It's been a great pleasure. Thanks for having me.